What's up to all my Anglo buggers around the world? I am making something you haven't had in years. It's beef tongue roast like your mom used to make. And if you didn't want to try it, she'll give you a bloody rap. Thanks to my buddies Georgina and Ted from Pennsylvania for these fresh beef tongues from the Amish farm. As you can see, I'm washing it up a couple of times here till the water's gonna run clear. Once you feel that the water's nice and clear, we're gonna go ahead, fill the pot up with water, put it on the stove, and turn it up all the way on high. Add some kosher salt and bring it to a roaring boil. Once it comes up to a roaring boil, go ahead and set that timer for exactly 1 hour. Halfway through the cooking process, of course, it's going to evaporate the water. You want to add more so the tongues are always submerged underwater and it cooks evenly. After 1 hour, turn that stove off. Check it with a knife. If it comes all the way out very easily, that means it's done. Let the water cool. Take them out of the water and you can dispose of that water. We don't need that anymore. Once you got your gloves on, we're going to go ahead and clean it up. See all of this, how smooth it is? All this membrane, it's like skin. You want to go ahead and peel that off. If it doesn't come up easily, take the tip of your knife and help to get underneath the skin right there. Get your little finger in there, in between. Just peel right off. Hold on. It's just like the skin. Very easy. It's cooked. Now, if it wasn't done all the way, this would be an issue to take out. As you see, it's just coming right off so easily. Yep. This tongue never told a lie. Right, I'm going to finish cleaning this up and start on the other one, and I'll show you what they look like. You can see it's all nice and clean. I took off all the membrane. Okay, this is what it looks like underneath. Oil is nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and put these in. And we're just going to go ahead and sear them on all sides. So while our tongues are searing up, I'm going to go ahead and slice up 4 nice big yellow onions that we're going to be using to caramelize, and then that's going to be part of the sauce that's going to be coming with our beef tongue. Well, I'm almost done slicing up these onions, and we're going to go ahead and throw it in the pan, and we're going to get it nice and caramelized, and then we're going to go ahead and put our tongues back in it, and I'm going to show you next what to do. I love slicing onions. Here is our nice beef tongues that I have seared off. And we got a pan with the same oil that's in there. You don't need any more oil. Okay? We're going to go ahead and drop in our onions. Next, we're going to use some garam masala. But this is whole garam masala. Here we have cloves. I got about 8 of those. Don't forget this tiny one. Then I have some cardamom. And we're going to put it in this. I use this to kind of smash my little spices around. You want to get all the flavor out. Just a little bit so those pods open up and get all the flavor out of there. I just use the back of my knife. Okay, see? There you go. And then I'm going to use cinnamon. And we're going to use some bay leaves, about 2. And then I have some already ground black pepper. So these 5 spices here, that's garam masala. There's different variations of garam masala, but this is the garam masala I'm using today. And as you can see, our onions are working here very nicely. We want to cook them till it's nice and caramelized. And I'm going to go ahead and add these spices, so it's going to infuse the onions with that. Our onions are nice and caramelized now. That's the color you want to look for. Nice and golden brown. I'm going to go ahead and add a nice tablespoon each of garlic and ginger paste. And we're going to fry that up a little bit more. And I'm also going to add the salt at this point. There's about a tablespoon of salt. Because remember, we already added salt to the tongues when we were boiling it. You can always taste and adjust later. Alright, so we're going to fry this up. I've done frying it for a little bit to take that raw ginger and garlic smell out. And we're going to go ahead and add the tongue into this. And I'm going to add some boiling hot water. Okay, that should be right about enough. You want to add boiling hot water because you don't want to slow down the cooking process. Now we're going to let the tongue braise in here. And just keep checking it often so that way it doesn't burn in the middle. And just kind of keep basting it with this caramelized onions until it gets nice and tender. Alright, let it go for about 30 minutes. I'm going to set the timer right here. Set the timer for 30 minutes. I'm going to turn it down just to like a semi-medium flame. And I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on and let this cook for 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. Let's check it out. Alright, still some liquid in there. Ooh, looking good. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and dry all this water up. Okay, sorry, it's a little steamy in here, but it smells delicious. That smell of the caramelized onions, that ginger and garlic with the garam masala. Oh, it's going to taste good. It smells really good. All right, we're going to just uncover this and cook this and keep frying it till all this water dries up. And I'm going to flip these over again. I've been frying this for about another 30 minutes on a medium flame, and you can see all the water's dried up. It's become a thick sauce right there. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn the stove off and let it cool down because we're going to slice it up. And I've let it cool down just a little bit. You can see how they look. Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and slice it up. All right. It's very easy. It's nice. It's still warm, so it's going to be easier to cut. So usually I start from the back part. You just want to cut it up just like regular steak, beef. That's what it is. Alright, so I'm going to slice it up. I like to cut it a little thin. You can see how nice it is inside. It's cooked perfectly. Look how juicy it is. All sliced up. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in this container. Because guess what? Now we are going to add it back to those onions and we're going to finish cooking it. I couldn't help but sneak a piece, and it's so tender and it just needs a touch more of salt. So this is what the rest of the onions look like after it cooked down, and there's the tongue going in there. Yep. And we're going to just add a little bit more salt. Just a little bit. And a little bit more pepper. So we're going to keep frying this for just a little bit more. And it's pretty much done, guys. Look at that. And you can go ahead and pick out all these cinnamon sticks. And we'll take the bay leaves out too, because we're done. They've served their purpose. They kind of take away that gamey flavor of the tongue. Because, you know, all these kinds of spare parts and meats, they have a little extra zazao. So, when you cook with these spices, it eliminates that. So, there we go. Alright. Tongue roast. So, let's give it a taste. I toasted up a piece of whole grain bread, and I'm adding a little bit of butter because this is how my grandma would make it for us for our lunch when we take it to school. And of course, you know, the kids at that age be like, ew, you're eating tongue? You're eating what? But guess what? It is delicious. You can never have enough butter right here. Look at that. And then what else I'm gonna add is some stone ground mustard. Just a little bit of that. Spread that out. And let me grab a slice of that tongue roast. All right. Look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it so you can see it. Oh, trying to slip out of the side right there. Reveal. Yep. All right, moment of truth. Jets, like I remember. So good, guys. Let me know if you would try this recipe. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.